all the formulas in the Salesforce. Formulas. When you say formulas, these are formula is a data type. It's a data type of a field. Like how you created text, how you created a number, percentage, percentage, lookup. Similarly, we have formula as data type. Formula is a data type of a field. Formula is a data type of a field. When say formula is a data type of the field, what it is going to do? It is used to compute the values. Used to compute the values based on the. It is used to compute the values based on the data available now in the record. What is the object? Based on the data that is available in the record. Formulas is a data type. It is used to compute the value based on the data available in the record. It is used to compute the value based on the data available in the record. And we have third one. Formula fields will give you. Formula fields will give you result in the form of. Formula fields will give you result in the form of text, checkbox, currency, number, okay, date, time, we got checkbox, currency, number, date, time. These are the different types of results what we are going to get. Formula is going to give you result in the form of checkbox, currency, number, percent, date, time, text. Recently someone has asked me what is the updation on the formula fields. So let us see now. So when you create a formula, if you go to any object, let's say loan, new, use the formula. Next. Look at the format, what you will get. Time, which will be a beta version. So these are the regular one. In 42.0, we got this time as beta version. This is the last version, in the last 1 week or 50 days. We don't have this time. Recently they introduced this time as beta version. So checkbox, currency, number, percentage, date and time, text, and the time was given as a beta version. This is the update what is in 42.0. Next we have formula is going to use data from given record. Formula will use data from the given record and data from the global object. Formulas will use data from the given record or data from the global object. When you say data from the global object, what do you mean by global object? The global data. Once I log into my page, now look at this. Satish logged into the Salesforce. Once Satish logged into the Salesforce, he may be working with any other page. It may be an opportunity, it may be a product, it may be a customer, it may be a payment. He may be working with any one of the objects, or he may be working with any one of the page. irrespective of the page on which you are working, irrespective of the page on which you are working, irrespective of the page on which you are working, irrespective of the object on which you are working, the data will be saved. So, who is the current user? Satish. What is the organization? Captain. What is the profile? System administrator. What is the role? Senior. Now what was this? Irrespective of the page on which you are working, there is some data which remains constant. That data we are going to call as a global data. The data which remains constant throughout the application, irrespective of the page on which you are working, irrespective of the page on which you are working, that data we call as a global data. The data we call as a global data. How do you recognize the global data? We recognize the global data. Data remains same throughout the application. Data which remains same throughout the application, irrespective of the page on which we are working. It's called global data. How do you recognize the global data? Global data is prefixed with dollar symbol. Global data is prefixed with a dollar symbol. So how do you refer? Dollar organization, dollar user, dollar profile, dollar system. Like this. All the global objects are represented with dollar symbol. All the global objects are prefixed with a dollar symbol. All the global objects are prefixed with a dollar symbol. And next we have. Now, when you want to write a formula, there are two types of formulas here. Two types of formulas. One is a simple formula, other one is an advanced formula. What do you mean by a simple formula? Simple formula. Simple formula is if you are writing a simple logic using the fields of the object and the basic objects. Basic arithmetical objects. If you are using the fields of the object and basic operators, simple formula. Age about 20, salary about 30, okay, name equal to 30, okay, I write simple formulas. When you say advanced formula, if you are writing complex logic, if you are writing a complex logic using the fields of the object, fields of the object, master fields of the object, and using predefined functionalities. So when we say advanced formula, we'll be using the fields of the object. We'll be using the fields of the object, master and parent fields of the object, and a predefined fields of the predefined functionalities of the system. If you're trying to use fields of the object, it's a parent object fields and using predefined functionalities of the systems. Predefined functionalities of the systems. Then we call it as advanced form. Then we are going to call it as advanced form. We are going to call it as advanced function. Right. So what are the predefined functionalities that Salesforce has given you? First, we'll start with the date. If you look at date and time, look at the following. Simple and advanced. Now, there are some additional functions that are added here. Seconds. Then we have minute, millisecond, hours. These are newly added. What we have good date value, date, time value. Some extra functions are added here, but we'll see what are they. So we have first. This will refer to today's date. This is written. We have now. Current date and time. Date. This will create instance of particular date. This will create instance of particular date. How do you create? Date of, year, month. It will create instance of particular date. Date, year, month, date. It will create an instance of particular date. Then we have date value. Next it has date value. What is the date value? Date value. This will create date from given date time value or text expression. If I give date and time, it will give date. If you give date and time, it will convert it to date. If I give text like 10-2, 2-22, some expression give it. What was that expression? So if I have give this, I'm going to get date of. If I give date and time, if I give date and time, it will give you date. If I give date and time, it will give you date. I have next year. If I give a date, it's going to tell me year of the date. Then year. So I have month. Month in that. If you want, I can give a couple of examples here. This will return the day in the year. Day. This will return the day in the year. This will return the day in the year. Day. This will return the day in the year. So these are the some of the basic functionalities. These are the some of the basic functions. Okay. So we'll see how to use them, the functionality. Basically, if you want to create any formula, look at the formula. How to create the formula? Let's complete some of the examples on this function. Setup, build, create, objects, go to particular object, custom fields and relations, new, formula, you are choosing the data type as. Why roll up is not enabled here?
It's not a master.
It is not a master to any other object. Next. Bring it. You define your own function, like you said, I'm expecting a date value. Next. You suppose write your own formula. Suppose write your own formula here. You can choose anything of your format today. Writing today. Check the syntax. Next. Next. So, once the formula is created, how can you see the formula? You have to go to the detail page. On the edit page, you cannot see. This is called edit page of the record. This is called edit page of the record. On the edit page, formula values will not be displayed. Only once the record is saved, you will be able to see the formula. The formula fields are visible to you only after the record is saved. So this is called edit page. Once I open any one of the record, they are called detail page. This is called detail page. Once the record is saved, it is called detailing page of the record, and this is called edit page of the record. This is edit page, that is a detail page, and we call it as home page. Every object will have a home page. This is a list view page, list of record, edit page, detail page. So how many pages are there for an object? One is the home page, list view page, edit page, and detail page. Home page, edit page, list view page, and detail page. These are the pages what we have. Now the formula values are displayed on the detail page of the record. Formula values are available on the detail page of the record. Formula fields will be available on the detail page of the record. Formula fields will be available on the detail page of the record. Open click. Now let us understand the second formula. So when you are writing the formulas, you are going to understand the second one. You have a choice. If you have condition. If condition statement 1, statement 2. If condition 1, if condition statement 1, statement 2. Why this? If condition statement 1, statement 2, look at the form. When I said if condition statement 1, statement 2, what will happen to this? If the given condition is true, statement 1 is given. If the given condition is false, statement 2 is given. So, if else condition. When you have two choices, we are going with if else. When you have two choices, we are going with if else. If you are going with two choices, we are going with if else. How do you write? If age is above 30, otherwise, so given condition is true. If the given condition is true, this is the value. If the given condition is false, this is the value. We are writing if else condition. We are writing if else condition. If the given condition is true, this is the value. If the given condition is false, this is the value. Now let us understand few examples here. Now I gave this line. I want to find out lead score. We keep on getting some inquiries from third party, from purchase, or from inquiries. We keep on getting the leads. Who is the lead? Who is the lead? Any person who is showing interest on your product is called lead. Any person who is showing interest on your product is called lead. Any person who is showing interest on your product is called lead. Now, we get a lot of leads. When we get a lot of leads, we have a question. Whom should I contact first? Right. I am getting inquiries. From the website, I am getting 40 inquiries. From Jexel, I am getting 20 inquiries. From Surek, I am getting 40 inquiries. Then I am getting a lot of data from the third party. When I have a lot of data from third parties, whom should I contact first? Now, I should prioritize my calls. When I ask my telequality to make a call to the students, whom should I call first? So there should be some priority. When there should be a priority, we are supposed to calculate some score. What is the score? We have some lead score. This is a common scenario in every application. What is the lead score? What is it? Field name. I'll tell you what that. Now, repeat. Boss, if first name is entered in the inquiry form, last name is mandatory. If first name is entered, give 10 points. If email address is entered, 10 points. If phone number is entered, if annual revenue is entered, greater than 0, give 10 points. Equal to 0, what was that? Was if the following values, first name, email, phone, annual revenue, I can take one more. Those other field I can take. Source or product interested in. Go to the lead. Mobile, we'll take mobile. Mobile phone is entered. We also take some null value. Number of employees. We'll also try to check number of employees. Is number right? So, if number of employees are entered, if it is a null, 0. If it is not null, now what was that? This is my logic. So I am calculating my score. When you apply for a loan, they will check. We have one house, we have two-wheeler, we have four-wheeler, we already have a credit card, we have any existing loans. If yes, so based on which they are going to calculate some points. So the points will tell you whether you are a hot or a warm or a cold. Okay. Accordingly, my people will make a call. Are you getting the point? So what we are trying to do? We are trying to create some score based on the data what the user is providing. So if someone is providing all these fields, that means I have to call him first. Now I am identifying the customer as genuinity of the customer. I am identifying the genuinity of the customer based on the following fields. I am identifying the genuinity of the customer based on the following fields. If you enter this data, these will be points. So based on these points, I am going to tell you whom should I call first. Now, how do you create this? To create this, we are supposed to understand two functionalities. First one is blank. Is blank of field. What is that is blank of field name? If the given field is blank, when it may be a text field or numerical field. If the given field value is blank, then it returns true. Otherwise, false. Is blank. It can be applied both on the text field as well as the numerical field. This function can be applied both on the numerical fields as well as on the text fields. Then we have here is null. When you say is null, this can be applied only on numerical fields. Is null can be applied only on numerical fields. Is null. It is applied only on numerical fields. It is applied only on numerical fields. It will return true. It will return true if the value is null. It will return true if the value of the field is null. Is blank, is null. Is blank, is null. Right. Now what was our requirement? Was check whether the field value is blank or null. If it is blank, give 0 points. Not blank, 10 points. Are you getting my point? So now I am supposed to create it. Now look at the format. If is a condition. What is the condition? Is it blank or not blank? If is blank of email, then give 0 points. Not blank, give 10 points. First condition. Plus if is blank of phone number, if it is a blank, give 0 points. Otherwise, give 10 points. Like this, we are supposed to create the formula. First condition, if condition is true, give 0 points. Condition is false, give 10 points. Finally, when I add up all the things, we are going to get, when I add up all the points, I am going to get the final score. Okay. Look at the format. How you create the formulas? We are trying to create custom fields on standard object. Lead is a standard object. It already had some fields. On the standard object, we are trying to create some custom fields. On the standard object, we are trying to create some custom fields. So how you do that? Set up, build, customize, lead, fields, new field. Set up, build, customize, leads. What is the field? Custom fields. New. Then we have formula field. What type of value we are expecting? Number. It is a score. It's a number. Lead score. We are expecting a number. With the decimals or without decimals? Without decimals. Next. You are supposed to create an expression. If is blank of email 0 points plus if is blank of phone What the other one we told? First thing. Then I told if E is null of, because we are trying to compare number of employees. If you are not sure the name of the field, click on insert field. What is the object? Lead object, in which we have number of employees. Number of employees. If number of employees value is null, 0 point, not null, plus if annual revenue greater than 0, 10 points, otherwise 0 points. This is how we give. If condition, this is the value, else this is the value. If condition, this is the value, else this is the value. Are you getting my point? So once you have created this, you are supposed to check the syntax. Check the syntax. No syntactical error. Next. This is how we create it. Go to any one of the lead record. Check. I told you already. The values, formula field values are displayed on the detail page of the record. We have here lead score 40. I hope I am clear with this formula. Okay. Now, this is the formula what I wrote. Now, once I wrote the formula, if I say score, people are finding very hard to identify. So the score, the same score I want to represent with images. 2-star image, 3-star image, 4-star image. Okay, when you go to Amazon product, they give a rating, right? 3-star, 4-star. And similarly, I want to represent the same with a rating. I want to represent the same score with the rating. 5-star image, 4-star. With the stars I want to represent. Now what I need to do, I need to create a formula where I can display image in the record. I want to display image in the record. If you want to display image in the record, how will you display? So if I want to display the image, I have a predefined function called image, URL of the image, and error message. Boss, if this URL is not working, print this error message. If this URL is not working, print this error message. If the URL is working, display the image. Now the Salesforce has already given you some sample images. Let them use Salesforce. I'm going to take some of the URLs what Salesforce has provided. I'll take something like this. I'm taking some predefined URL. So what I'm doing, boss, if the URL is working fine, display. If it is not working, throw error message. How will you create a custom field? Setup, build, customize, leads, fields. We have formula. Next. All the images are going to be text format. The data type for the images in the formula is text. Go to the next. I'm going to give image, URL of the image, comma, image not found. In case if the URL is not working, I want to give a message called image not. No error. Next. Next, go back to the lead. You got the one green is on. Right, boss? We are getting some image. Now, what we are doing, boss? If you want to display the image, you are supposed to go with image, URL, and error message. But what happened when I want to give rating? I need to give 4 star, 5 star, 3 star, 2 star. I don't know what is the score. One record may have 30, other record may have 40, other record may have 60. I am not sure about it. Now, if I want to create a rating based on a condition, I need to go for case. What was the case? Was if you have two choices, we go with if else. When you have multiple choices, we go with the case. If you have two choices, we generally go with the if else. If you have multiple choice, case. Right. If you propose a girl, there are two, yes or no, if condition. If you propose a girl, yes, no, I'll convey after 10 days, I'll speak to my father and convey, I'll speak to my brother and convey. We have multiple options. Now we go with what? Case. Two condition, if else. More than two, we'll go with the case. Multiple choices. When you have multiple choices, when you have multiple limited choices, when you have multiple limited choices, we go with the case. Now expression, we have value 1. If we get value 1, result 1 will come. Value 2, value 3. So value, if the expression gives you value 1, result 1 we are going to get. If the expression gives you value 2, result 2. Value 3, result 3. Value 4. If none of the values are matching, then I will go for value 4. If none of the values are matching, then I will go for value 4. Now let me give you basic example. Listen carefully. If you look at this, we have different images here. Now, this URL one, full stop. These are the images. What was this? These are the images what we have. 5 star, 4 star, 3, 2, 1, 0. These are the images. Now, we are not getting a single URL. The URL will come based on the score. Based on whatever the score. So what I am giving here. Case, lead score. Why I am getting underscore C? It's a custom field. If the lead score is 10, five star. If the lead score is 40, we are going to get 4 star. So what was that? Depends upon the score. The corresponding URL is coming. Depends upon the score, corresponding URL is coming. If the score is 30, 3 star image. Score is 20, 2 star image. Now, lead score. If score is 50, 5 star, 40, 4 star, 30, 3 star, 20, 2 star, 10, 1 star, if none of them, 0 star. Now, what was this? Based on the score, what are my values of the score? For me, my values are going to be either 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Multiple choice, limited options. Then I am going with, if it is 50, give me this URL. 40, give me this URL. 30, I hope you are clear. Based on the score we got. But if you want to display the image, how will you display? If you want to display image, it has to be what? Image. Whatever the URL you are getting, that URL, comma. I am covering both the options. Was, image. If the lead score is 50, give me this URL. Based on the score, we are getting the URL. That URL will be displayed in the image. I hope you are clear. The case will give you any one URL. That URL I am trying to display. In the case I am going to get a URL. That URL I am trying to display. Let us see this example. Setup, build, customize, leads, feed, lead custom fields, formula, next. Record text, next. You suppose you give the formula, which I entered, check the syntax, next, next. Go back to the lead. So we got the rating here. 4-star rating, 3-star. This is very commonly used, right? So in your application, it's a grading. You use grading, the same one I have used here, star rating. Okay. Now, I hope I'm clear with this format. Clear? So what we have done? So we are qualifying the lead. It's called pre-qualifying the lead. Pre-qualification procedure. Before you make a call to the customer, before you make a call to the lead and collect the details or interview the customer, here we are calling pre-qualification. So if you got minimum 3-star, then I prefer to call the lead. Otherwise, I'll drop the lead because of the sufficient information is not available to process the request. Are you getting my point here? So this is a very commonly used scenario. Lead score and a lead rating. Lead score and lead rating. I hope I'm clear. A similar example was there on your hard copy. What was the hard copies I gave? Similar category of example was there. Lead score and lead rating. Okay. Next, we are supposed to understand other functions. Any queries at this level, boss? Anyone has any other query? Am I clear? Am I clear? Okay. Now let us understand the next. We are trying to understand lead. Okay. Now we are trying to understand the remaining functionalities. I will try to create some functionalities on is-pick-var. What is that is-pick-var? When I say is-pick-var, pick list field. In the pick list field, how many options I can choose? I can only choose one option. But which option you have chosen? In a group of options given in the pick list, what is the option you have selected? In a group of options given in the pick list, what is the option you have chosen? That option we want to verify. Because in the pick list, whatever the option I gave, in that option, what is the value you have chosen? In the pick list, out of the group of options given in the pick list, what is the value you have chosen? That is the value. Now in this pick list, did you choose this value? Pick list will have group. In that group of values, whether the value what you have selected is the same value what I have given. Whether the value what you have selected is the same value what I have given. Verifies whether the option what you selected, what I have given, both of them are same or not. Verifies Whether the option what you have given and option what I have given and what you have selected, both of them are same or not. Are you clear? Then we are going to check out. I am going to give is equal of city Hyderabad. If the option what you selected in the city is a Hyderabad, if the option what you selected in the city is a Hyderabad, then gives you true. If it is not Hyderabad, gives you false. If the option what you selected in the city is Hyderabad, it is going to give you true, otherwise false. I hope I am clear. Let me give you an example. Let us go to loan object first. Build, create tabs, load, we have a load. In the load object, I am going to create a couple of fields. There are so many fields. There are already so many fields, but why you are not able to see? Why you are not able to see? Any field created using schema builder will not be visible on page layout. Type of loan. Now, go to the page layout. We have first name, last name, is the last name. Now, look at this. The loan, based on the loan type you have chosen, I want to say interesting. What is the rate of interest? I want to calculate the rate of interest. So, what I want to give? What is the object we have? Object name is. What is the field name we have? Type. What is the criteria? What is the criteria? If, what is the criteria we are giving here? If loan type is education, if it is education, I can give 10%. Housing. This is how we have. If loan type is education, 10%, housing, 12%, personal, 14%, you have chosen none. Zero %. So how can you check this condition? If is equal type, if type is education, if type is education, if type is education, if you have selected option called education, what is the value? Now this is what? Condition, right? If condition. This is a condition. If condition is true, this is the value. Else, am I right? If the condition is true, this is the value. Else this. In the else what I wrote one more condition. If is equal of housing, thank you, 12%. Right. If this the condition is true, this is the value, else this is the condition. In this condition, if this condition is true, this is the value, else this is the value. Again, what I am giving? If it is personal, this is what we got. He is equal type education 10. He is equal type housing 12. He is equal type personal 14. Now, if this is education, 10%. Not education, check whether it's housing. Housing 12. Not housing, check whether it's a personal 14. If it is not personal, are you getting my point here? Well, now what is the condition I am using? Is equal. Is equal. If type is education, give me this value. If it is not education, check whether type is equal to housing. If it is not housing, check personal. If it is not personal, check. Now, are you clear? Now run this condition. New. We are giving here formula. Interested we have percent. Next. Sequence in text. Next. Next. This is how we are treating. Now go back to the loan. Check out any record. On the detail page, are you able to see the field? You will not be able to see the field on the detail on the AD page. Only on the detail page you will be able to see. Rate of interest is now. I was supposed to make some modification on the formula. What was that formula? Go back here. I'm supposed to give 0 point. It's a percentage, right? Because I selected it's a percentage fee. This is how we have created. This is how we created. I hope I'm clear with this format. I hope I'm clear.
Why did you say brackets?
Come again.
Why did you say brackets? Because of that.
The formula structure is this is the condition. If condition.
So closing brackets.
If opening bracket, closing bracket. Then I told is equal. That is a function. Right? It is a function. What I give? Say type. The field. In that field, the value is education. Then red box. Okay. Am I clear with this format? Let us do one example. Now we can try out this example. Object, loan, field you are using is type field, condition, type is education, number of installments. We are trying to calculate number of installments. If loan type is education, 48, housing, 120, Personal. In the same way, the way I wrote the program, same way, calculate the installments. Calculate the installments using the formula. Calculate the installments using the formula. Calculate the installments using the formula. Case. Cannot. Picklist still has to be compared using each pick or case. Well, two choices. If you want to compare the value of a pick list, you are supposed to use each pick value. Anytime you are trying to compare the pick list field, anytime you are trying to compare the pick list field, you are supposed to use each pick value. Yeah, you can try this example. You can make an attempt of writing this formula. So how did you write the formula? The same way. What you have done first. If is equal, if is equal, type dedication, is dedication 48, otherwise. If it is not education, then we are supposed to check housing. In place of value I wrote, if is equal, type, if it is housing, is the value, if is equal type functional then we have 32 right. This is how we are doing. So I hope I'm clear. So what is this? Basically trying to compute the value based on the data what we have. Whatever the data we have in the record, based on this data we are trying to compute the values. Right, boss? Right, okay. So let me give you next one functionality. There are a lot of functions basically. We need to understand the function, use it. Okay. Then we are supposed to go to the next one. We have some text functionality. What are the text functionalities we have? Lowercase. Make your field name, it will convert into lowercase. Lowercase of lowercase. Similarly, we have uppercase. Field name, we give uppercase. Then we have LPAD, or else we have left of we give left of number of characters. Left of Satish 3 characters. Right of right of so says how many characters you want from the left, how many characters you want from the right. We have LPAD. We are going to get this LPAD. What is LPAD? LPAD of say Ravi, 6 characters. So output has to be 6 characters. If any blanks are there, fill them with a star. LPAD of this is how we got. So contains I'll show it on the screen. So these are the sum of the values. Let us go to the next. Right, boss? What are the other formulas we have? Other fields, let us take. There are a lot of functionality, boss, but we'll see what is required for us. Then we have mathematical functions.
Hello.
Yes.
I see that padding functionality, what actually it does, it will, merge with that, whatever that we are giving the symbol with that expression, is it?
See, we are expecting the length of the output to be 6 characters, but you are given
So,
only 3 characters.
okay,
Remand will be appended with a star.
okay, okay.
Now let us see, we are building this. We also have right. So let us take. Next we have begins with. Begins with what? It will check some text. Whether this text starts with this text or not. Name start with S, name start with SA, name start with cap. So what is that? It's check whether this text start with this such text or not. It will check, it will run through if the such text, if the text starts with what was it? Begins. If the first name is starting with SA, it is going to give you true, otherwise false. It will check whether such text start with given text or not. It will check whether such text start with given text or not. If the such text start with the given text, returns you true. Then similarly begins. Check whether whether text will start with the given such text or not. If it is beginning with the such text, returns you true. If it begins with the such text, returns you true. Then I'm going with the next one. Eyeballing is removed, we are not using. Then length of the output, so 1 bit was, the function was remove the case, this was only low one. Remove the case, it was only low one. Okay. Then again, mid, the text or position. So now basically mid in this text from this number how many characters you want from this text from this position how many characters you want you can give 6. It will return given number of characters from the specified position. Number of characters I can say 7. From the text, from that point, how many characters you want? From the text, from this point, how many characters you want? From this text, from this point, how many characters you want? We're going to say. From second position, it's going to give 3 characters. From given position, how many, starting from this position, how many characters you want? So, you want to retrieve the return weight. As I told you, a lot of functions are there, we are not going to use them practically. Right? It's a part of, syllabus I'm just covering it. Basically, we are going to have more of if else, case, is equal, some images. Okay. But rest of the things we will handle through the code format. Okay. I hope I'm clear with this format. So tomorrow we will see how to take the data from multiple objects and create a formula. Right now we are taking the data from a particular record and creating the formula. Tomorrow we will see how to take the data from associated records and compute the formulas. Okay. That's what we are going to call. Right. So prior to that lecture, I have one small product. So the people are working, most of you are working in the companies. I hope like 80% of you are working in the companies here. So if I show you an application on your mobile phone, which will indicate the occupancy of the canteen, will it be helpful to you? Most of the time, the people will go for lunch at the same time, 12 to 1 or 2, most of the time, right? So almost there are 150 people here. At least out of 150, 100 people will go to lunch at the same time. Right? And most of the time, you find the canteen was occupied and will be wasting for it. That's sometimes no issue. But when they say what, we don't want to go there and wait for after 45 minutes. If I show you an application which indicates boss, this is the occupancy of the canteen, will you like it? And the canteen people are giving it free of cost. Cafeteria people. If the cafeteria people are giving it free of cost, install it. This is a username password, install it. It's not possible for the employees. They will give it, cafeteria people will give it free of cost. And they say, like, whatever cafeteria, pantry or that, whoever is maintaining that space. If they give you that app, will you be using it? Will you be using it? Will you be using it or not using it? That will be helpful basically. Okay. If I show the image of the canteen or only rating of the canteen. Rating is occupied 70%, 30% not occupied. The second one is the current image. Very quick one, current image. Current image, like if I show image, like how many people will really like that format? I have some issues basically with the image. So if wife and husband are working in the same company, like say they divorce. That was one issue, right? So how many of you like I have a candy, basically application was made, OCR technology I'm using, OCR, okay. Just trying to use one of my existing application onto this, okay. I'm using some OCR technique I'm using. So basically, when you sit in that canteen, the blank canteen image will be taken. The current blank, whatever the current, without occupancy, whatever the blank is there, I'll be taking the image of the blank. The moment you log in and send a request, then at that moment I'll take the snap of that, because pantry almost every company pantries will have a camp, right? So I'll take the image of the pantry. Right now, how much stocks is there compared to the original image? That will be giving you rate of occupancy. If there is a stocks of 70%, 70% occupied, 30% not occupied.
What basis is it?
Pardon me?
What basis is it?
I don't see if I give you entire technical details, it will be a product. Then it will be my company. Right. So will that be helpful? Will it just occupy hardly? I'm ensuring that it will occupy hardly or 20 kb, not more than 20 kb. Because only a small plugin on your mobile. No data will be available. Just it gives a simple app, and the app itself will show you graph. Okay, when you like it's like when you install the app like Facebook, like on the symbol itself it says 30%, 70%. Okay, you not go to homepage page or anything. Just you just touch it. Automatically, icon will itself refresh, showing 30%, 70% on the icon. Because today I have installed the app is occupying more space, so performance is a major issue. So on the icon itself, they show 30% occupied, green person, red, two symbols. Just click on it, it will be showing. Will be helpful really? Right? Thank you. It's not the use case Gopal. I'm discussing about one of my application. It's not the use case of Salesforce. It's not the use case of Salesforce.